and welcome to 5 minutes in the shed. Just sporting a little bit of merch. I've got my hat on because I've had my hair cut and it's cold. Project Pedal Power episode 3, I believe. Now, I wanted this episode to be completely final assembly, right? So, finally putting the car together. However, I've got one thing to fix first. I'll show you. Right then, now you may or may not remember that in the first episode, as I was looking at the wheels, one of the wheels had a big dent in it, a bit of buckling. Now, I didn't think that was a problem. However, what I've realised is that these wheels are actually spot welded together around this kind of flange here to keep them as a solid thing. Now, the one that had the dent, which I've straightened out, which is all okay now, right, is no longer spot welded, right? So what I've got to do is I've got to go round each of these. There's got segments on it, right? So I need to spot weld each segment, and that's bad because I've already painted it, right? So I don't want to be spot welding it now I've painted it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rivet it. I'm going to drop rivets around here. I think the rivets will be able to handle the awesome torque of a 3-year-old's legs. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they will. And as long as the rivets hold it in place, there isn't going to be any shear force on the rivets really. It's just to make sure that the tyre's in there, because this is the driving wheel, you see. There's 2 slots in there which go into the end of the crank. So it's only a 1-wheel drive car really, because there's no differential. So this is the driving wheel. Now what I don't want it doing is spinning the inside disc and not actually driving the tyre. So it definitely needs to be welded or riveted. So I'm going to pop rivet all the way around there, and then we can start final assembly. The other thing as well, you may notice there's a load of bolts here, loads of horrible rusty nuts and bolts. A lot of them are broken, a lot of them are all knackered. So what I did was I bought all new ones to replace them, which are here. And I got them from my favourite bolt place, which just happens to be at the top of the road, called BROCOL. Awesome folks. Sent them an email, said I need all these bolts, and they sent me them all in A2 stainless steel. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to give them a shout out actually. BROCOL, Coventry, for your nuts and bolts. Fantastic guys. Right, let's get some rivets in that. Right then, so here's the car. First thing to do really is to put in the undercarriage, right? The rear axle, front axle, crankshaft and all that. However, to work on it, it'll be easier to work on it upside down. Now if I'm going to turn it over as it is now, I'm going to damage the paint on the top of the car. So what I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to put the windscreen in, right? Because that gives me a flat area to rest the front of the car on. And I'm going to put the cabriolet roof on the back, because then I can turn it upside down and rest it on bits that aren't going to damage the paint. So that's what I'm going to do first. Right then, so it's upside down. I'm not scratching any paint. I think the first thing I'm going to do is put the rear axle on, and then maybe the front, not sure yet. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put the running boards and the mudguards on before the wheels, because you can't get behind the wheels to put the bolts in for the mudguard brackets. So I think I'm going to put the rear axle in and then mudguards.
Okay.
The Pope takes a poop and the President too, and the fancy pants banker in his three-piece suit, the big fat general and all of his troops. The truth of the matter is everybody poops. The famous brain surgeon has to leave his lump, and the high-priced model has to stop for a dump. But can the sides of Canada can't spray away the truth, cause even if they don't admit it, everybody poops.
Okay, we've got the mudguards on. Mudguards are on both sides, running boards are on, we've got the rear axle in. Next thing to do is put the front axle and steering rack in. Right, so for that I need to be upside down. There. Just check you can see okay. We're a bit low. There we go. Right then, let's see if we can put the steering rack in. Now the steering rack comes in from that way. Alright. Like that. So I need some grease on the steering points. I'll do that now. Grease in there. Grease in there. Then that's going to go on there. So I'll just give a bit more grease on that. Grease on that. Like that. Okay. Now that fixes on with I don't even know what they're called, like jam washers or something like that, from the other side. So now I need to put it back up the other way without it falling out, and then I can knock them on. Alright, so hold that. Spin that round. I need to support that end with a bit of wood, like that. I'll get my jam washers. Which are these. And these, can you see? Oh, you can't see. Hang on. Come down a little bit. These are going to go on here with something and knock them on like that. Is that tight? No, not really. Bit further. Same for the other side. On there. Going on right, yeah. There we go. Check that works. Looks pretty good. We'll just check the steering shaft, which goes in there. It goes in like that. Then that turns like that. Fantastic. Steering rack front axle in. Okay. Next job, I can put the dashboard in and I can put the grill on. Yeah, dashboard and grill. Right.
Everybody poops. Everybody poops. Sure things number more than two. Death and taxes and everybody poops.
Right then. Now, I was going to put the dashboard in, but a little bit of a problem with the paint on that. When I took the masking tape off, it pulled some of the tape off, it pulled some of the paint off with it. So I've had to paint that again. So we're going to have to wait for that. However, we are ready. We're at a point where we can put the crank arms in, right? To see if the pedals will make the axle go round. So I'm going to do that now.
Some days it's easy, other days it's hard. But if your system's working, thank your lucky stars. Nobody talks about it, not a word is said. But if you're not pooping, then it means you're probably dead. The destitute and homeless have to do it, it's true. But even all the wealthy people gotta make do. And if you live long enough, it's happening to you. Sooner or later, everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Okay, there we are. Drivetrain is complete. We now have fully functioning pedals. It's a bit hard to pedal with one pedal actually. You have to kind of pedal with two pedals, otherwise it doesn't work. There we go. So I've put them on the shortest setting for the smallest driver. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. Everything works really well. Nice and smooth. No stress. So I think what we could do actually now is put some wheels on. So I've got some more bitey rings, which is what puts the wheels on. I think we'll put those on now.
Everybody poops. Sure things number more than two. Death and taxes and everybody poops. Death and taxes and everybody poops. Death and taxes and everybody poops. Doobie-doo.
So there we are, almost finished. We've got the cabriolet roof, we've got the windscreen on, we've got the mud guards and running boards on, steering wheels are on, that steer, which is really nice. We've got the drivetrain in, which makes it drive. That's all there, ready to go. One or two finishing little touches to do. We've got to put the dashboard in, which has got wet paint, so I can't do it. So we've got the dashboard to put in, and we've got the headlights to put on, and maybe a final polish. So that'll be the next episode. Thanks for watching. Here it is, the completed, or almost completed, Project Pedal Power.